Now, yeah, okay, everybody, thumbs up. Lee, come on, I've seen you twice now.
Well, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. Right?
Okay, a very good day to all of you. Welcome again to our meeting. And the meeting for tonight, the theme is Ignite the Story in You. As we are at Advanced Club and we don't have any guests, I'm not going into explaining the roles or going into too much detail what's expected from the role players. But I will just briefly touch on why I chose the theme, Ignite the Story in You. When I was, come on, when I was 8 years, I think that's the earliest memory I can remember. I sat in my class, and in those days, you can see tall trees, and there was a mango tree, and you can see all the mangoes hanging down. And I remember same type of mango tree with mangoes and leaves, the branches hanging down as low as kids you can touch. Now, when I sat in the class, I can dream about these stories. I would like to ask you a question. How many of you like listening to stories? Can you put yes in the chat box if you like listening to stories? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is one thing I think we need to learn, telling stories. And it's not part of me to tell a story. We're gonna hear stories from other speakers tonight, and we will be having table topic session. And the table topics master John, I expect all the speakers tonight come up with your own stories. And ladies and gentlemen, I would appreciate those who are not speaking if you could mute your mic. Now, without further ado, let me invite the first speaker. Okay, before that, I will invite the language evaluator, grammarian Sabaria, to give us the word of the day. She put her hand over her mouth. I hope you have the word of the day.
Oh my goodness.
There's a mistake. I thought I was just evaluator. I didn't know that I was the grammarian. Now, word of the day. Can we come up with something today? Oh my god. It is about storytelling, right? Can we take the word of the day? Can someone help me? Fatima, come and help me. What is grammarian word of the day? Because it's something to do with storytelling, right? Can we say? Oh my god.
Okay, unfortunately, our grammarian has to come up with word of the day, and she has forgotten the word of the day. So being an advanced club, I think in future we should pay a little bit of attention to our workplace, and can help us to capture the good usage of English and not so good usage of the English during the meeting.
Yeah.
And let's begin our first segment, which is the prepared speeches. Shall I invite the first evaluator, Madhu, to explain the aims of the project? Over to you, Madhu. The first speaker is Satya. So if you can tell us the title of the project, the timing, as well as the aims of the project. Over to you, Madhu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fatima. I am very sorry there is not a ample light over here. So so for uncomfortable. Good evening, all Toastmasters. I am the evaluator of Toastmaster Satya speech today. The Toastmaster Satya is attempting the project management level 4 P2 project. The management project successfully first speech. The purpose of the project. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing a plan, building a team, and fulfilling the plan with the help of his or her team. So all the best to the speaker. Over to you, Toastmaster Fatima.
Thank you, Madhu. Before I hand over to the speaker, can I ask I can see Sabria raising her hand. Do you want to have, okay, I believe she wants to
Fatima?
do the word of the day.
Yeah,
okay.
I come up with the word. I come up with the word of the day, which is imaginary, because the theme of the day is connect with storytelling, right? So imaginary is the word of the day. Is that okay?
Thank you, Sabaria.
And
Now-
one more from for the timing.
Yeah,
will be-
let me, I was gonna invite Rosie. Can you please demonstrate the timing for Satya? Satya's speech, I think there are different timings.
Okay.
So please explain. Thank
Alright.
you.
So the timing will be 8 minutes. I will flash on the green, and then 9 I will flash on the yellow, and then at 10 I will flash on the red. Okay. So the color like this, I think it's standard. Like that one, green, yellow, and red. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Taima. Now I shall invite the first speaker, Satya, with the title Manage Project Successfully, Project Management. Over to you, Satya. Carry away.
Thank you. Greetings of the day, of the evening, and the night. All great Toastmasters here. Today, my project is this is not an imaginary project. This is what I recently concluded. One of the workshops I helped conduct on behalf of the Government of India, the national government, and also the client for this workshop was a state level provincial government in the state of Punjab in north of India. Essentially, the workshop is for about 300 civil service officers, what we call here Indian Administrative Service officers across the country, working across the country, mid-career officers, 8 to 10 years of experience they have after passing a competitive exam. So this is the kind of a workshop that I conducted recently with a team of people that was provided to me by the government. Oh, you're able to see my screen or it's gone off?
You
One
have
minute,
gone
please.
off. Yeah, we can't see
Yeah.
your screen.
Yeah, let me share because very critical that now can you see it? Can you see
Yeah.
the screen now?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
The purpose of the workshop was to tell the audience, about 30 officers, about infrastructure development in the country, in India, essentially railways, airport, ports, townships, municipal waste management, water supply, various other kind of a public services, which typically governments usually give with the help from private sector participation, where private sector comes and invests into these projects. They deliver the public services. Essentially, this is a period of the contract when I hand over, the government hands over to the private sector to deliver, is for a 30-year period, long-term contract. Lot of kind of intricacies are involved, contractual conditions are involved, which we need to keep updating as far as the government is concerned, government officials are concerned, to deal with private sector. That was the essence of the workshop. So the team which was given to me was a chief executive officer, who is the leader of the team, a program director, a project manager, whose function is to deal with the participants, talk to the client, talk to national government people, and put together the materials for the presentations to be made by the speakers. A senior manager who interacts with the day-to-day basis with the participants, an IT manager, since this was an online 5-day program between 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. every day. The IT manager was involved in helping us, getting us the connectivity for Cisco WebEx. Broadly, the delivery of the program was in this way. First part of the program was to develop the material, presentation material, to be used by the speakers and also given to the participants. It also contained a subset of narratives, a Word document, which detailed out what was the presentation about. And also there were 2 panel discussions. Experts all over the country were there for each group on the first day and the final day. So those panel of experts were to be given questions, what they were to discuss among themselves. There was also a mock drill that was conducted as part of this program so that the experts are comfortable when they come on stage before the participants. Then there was the activity of speaker selection. We had to, course across the country, see who are the experts who are in this field. Somebody might be an airport expert or a port expert or a railway expert. All of these experts were looked at and were brought together on this platform, online platform. Overall, there were 16 sessions, and the delivery of the program was coordination with the speakers and the client, as well as the participants, for giving them the material, and also to during the program introduction to the speaker. One person amongst the team was required to introduce to the speakers, tell about his background, and also administer cases. There were many cases, for instance, the Sydney Cross Tunnel cases or the Metro Rail train case in Hyderabad or the Delhi airport case. Many cases were discussed by these experts. That information was to be in written format sent out to the participants for them to study and come back with their questions or understanding of the cases. Finally, there were, on the day of the program, virtual breakout groups. 5 groups were made out of 30 participants. They were given certain projects. They were to be discussed, that was to be discussed by them, and we were to monitor. This is the kind of team. I was the program director. I have a project manager. I had a senior manager and an IT manager to support me. There were several challenges during the delivery of the program. The project manager was laid back. Though the program preparations was to start sometime in December, he started in January for the delivery of the program in March. 1st of March, 5th of March was the first program. The second one is coming up on Monday to next Friday. So he was quite laid back. Arey sir, we'll do it, sir. What is the hurry, sir? That was the attitude. It was difficult to handle him. Then there was the dual reporting by the next, that lady who was there, Priya, senior manager. She was always in doubt because she was also reporting to one more officer in the company. So she was confused whether to attend to him or to attend to me. So a lot of issues were there while dealing with that. Third fellow, the IT manager, Madhvaraj, he didn't have much of an aptitude in handling the Cisco WebEx platform. Many of the speakers from across the country were unable to connect in a timely manner. They were struggling. One fine day, during one of the programs, the speaker was told that he has a MacBook. MacBook is not compatible to Cisco WebEx platform. Those kind of issues were there. All in all, that were handled. This was the budget given, about $14,000 US. I put it out in Indian rupees. For content development, fee was given for me and my project manager. Remuneration was fixed for faculty and the panelists. IT support, some remuneration was also given. And sundries for banner and various other aspects, sundry were earmarked, which was totally utilized for the project. There were certain timelines, deliverables. We faltered in the first timeline. The content of the program was to be given by 20th. However, we got delayed by 2 days. But God saved us because the program commenced on 1st of March. We got to send all the contents to the participants by 25th of February. So we could make it. We got delayed by 2 days, but it was okay. The schedule of the program, speaker finalization was a huge task. It's a good learning for all of us. Whenever you are conducting a program of this magnitude, speakers, sometimes they say the time is not suitable for them or they drop out. We need to find quickly some other speaker. Issues were confronted in such a manner that we had to deal with that, talk to different people and try and get the speakers. The conduct of the program went on smoothly, barring the IT issues. But from 1st to 5th of March, we did a splendid job. All the speakers came in. They were all from the very prestigious institutions. They came in and delivered. Finally, report of the program was given. These are the key learnings, which is very important for me, which I think I'll pass on to all of you, which may be useful to you one of the days when you conduct any of such programs. Effective planning. From day one, we started maintaining an Excel sheet containing what all the things we need to do during the program. We tried and foresaw what are the each and every event like banner, IT, talking to people, speakers, everything we pointedly wrote down in an Excel sheet. That led to success and also utilization of the resources. As I said, the resources, one or two of them were not compatible. They were doing this program for the first time. For me, I have done this, but still I learned a lesson along the way, how to manage people. The team effectively managing was another thing I understood, like having timely meetings. Every second day I used to have a meeting with my team, and CEO used to have once in a week and once in a fortnight. Since December, the client used to have a meeting. So we used to go back and forth with all the things that we were doing. Third thing we learned is clients and participants both appreciated. We had a feedback system on a WhatsApp group. Every day we used to get the feedback from the participants. And wherever there is minor glitches were there that used to be rectified. That is another learning I learned. And the quality of the deliverables in my next workshop will certainly be improved further because of this learning. Finally, the first workshop was completed with a lot of accolades. The national government, senior officials, there was an inaugural program as well as a valedictory function where I also gave a 10-minute speech on the entire, how the program was structured, what was the presentations that the various groups were required to make on the final day. So I learned a lot of things in how to effectively communicate with not only with team members, but various other stakeholders in conducting this program. With this, my entire learning and what I did, I achieved a great thing is what I think. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Satya. Anvita, are we giving 2 to 3 minutes or I thought
He's done with the speech, Fatima.
okay, thank you. Yeah, that was a bit confusing with the timing, 10 minutes. Thank you, Anvita. Thank you, Satya. I don't know whether it's an imaginary or real story of project management, but I think it's worthwhile listening to your presentation and it was insightful. Now, let me invite our team. Okay, next speaker. Let's invite, do we get 1 minute that is now or later, Shomesh? Are we giving now?
Might be good to give feedback directly to the speaker. Yes, you can do that, I guess. Thank you.
Remember that.
1 minute, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Rosie, can we have 1 minute so that our members can give feedback to Satya?
Okay.
So
1 minute.
members, yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, when I would just say 1 minute. Can we have a quick feedback of 1 minute to Satya from all the members? Thank you, Rosie.
Okay, 1 minute from now.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I'll start if you want. Very good presentation.
Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute is up.
Thank you, Rosianna. Rosie. Now we shall invite the next speaker, who is Dr. Alice Ann, with the title Within 6 Months, taking from the Pathways Effective Coaching Level 3. May I invite the evaluator to give the project aims? Anvita, over to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Fatima. The speaker is attempting Connect with Storytelling project. Speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. All the best to the speaker. Back to Toastmaster Fatima.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anvita. Now, shall we have Dr. Alice Ann to give you a speech? Over to you. The screen is
Thank
yours.
you. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. There are 15,778,476 seconds within 6 months. There are 262,800 minutes in 6 months. And there are 4,382.91 hours in 6 months. And there are 182.5 days in 6 months. To some people, 6 months could be a long way off. And to others, oh, just a short amount of time. But for me and my husband, it was just enough time. Last January, the doctors informed my husband and myself that his organs was deteriorating at a rate so quickly that he would be demised within 6 months. I was devastated. How can this be? I felt cheated. I felt angry. I felt frustrated. Oh my goodness. I was so afraid. I felt like my whole world had ended. Because my husband, the night that he proposed, promised me 50 plus years. He asked me that night, will you marry me? And I said, yes, on one condition. You got condition? Yeah, this is my life. What's your condition? I said, I will marry you if you promise me 50 plus years. His whole attitude changed. He got up off his knees, sat down on the couch and pulled me close to him and said, I can't promise you 50 plus years, but I can promise you a lifetime. Okay, I'll take that. And then he said, well, if we passing conditions around, I got a condition. You got a condition? What's your condition? He said, no matter what we face, no matter how we face it together. Divorce is not an option. Let me think about that. You don't get a divorce and I get a lifetime. Win-win for me. Yes, I'll marry you. We've been married 37 years. And all I could think about was, don't leave me so soon. I was hysterical. I cried. I yelled right there in the middle of the doctor's office. My husband dried my tears and lifted my chin and said, listen, we're not counting days. We're making days count. So you tell me what it is that you want to do moving forward. And the only thing I could think about was loving him all the more And I said, well, I want to make love to you every single day. And I didn't mean sexually. I meant I wanted to make sure that he knew he was loved. I wanted to hold his hand more. I wanted to spend more time with him. I wanted to laugh more, enjoy each other's company. My husband loves shoot 'em up, the Westerns. I could care less about a Western, but if that's what he wanted to watch, that's what I watch with him. The first thing that deteriorated was my husband's eye, and they removed both of them because they deteriorated so badly. I still love the way he looks at me, even though he don't have eyes. And I make it a point that he knows I still blush. I'm still shy. I just wanted to make sure that he knew he was loved. My husband is still here, and we celebrated our 37th anniversary in September, and we are celebrating his 59th birthday the day after Christmas. We came into 2021 together. I don't know how much time he really has, but I'm making sure I'm making the days count. What about you? Do you have someone that you love? Make them to know that they are loved. Make them to know that they are the most important person to you. We don't know how much time we have with all this coronavirus going around. Still people are having heart attacks, still people are having stroke, still people are dying from cancer. Let's not waste and fret over what we won't have in the future. Let's enjoy today, this moment, this second. There are 15,778,476 seconds for my husband to love on me. And there are 262,800 minutes for me to love on him. And there are 4,382.91 hours for us to love each other. And there are 182.5 days for us to make count. What about you, Madam Toastmaster?
Thank you, Alice Ann. What a beautiful story. I'm sure it's not an imaginary story. Now let me, here I have somebody already mourning beside me because his time is up. I will invite Rosie to give the timing after the tribute topics, maybe January, where I can ask the timing. Now I shall hand over. Okay, sorry, I forgot 1 minute for the feedback. Rosie, can you please time for the feedback?
Okay.
All the members, can you give feedback to Alice Ann for her speech?
Okay, 1 minute from now. Thank you. Okay, 1 minute up. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Timer. We have a lovely Madam Timer who is imaginative with her timing. Now let me invite the table topics master, John Khalid. Over to you.
Right, good evening, good afternoon. and good morning, everybody. So table topics. It's going to be a little bit different tonight because I've picked 5 people for a start off, and we're doing storytelling. So what will happen quite simply is that I will say the first sentence, then the person that is speaking will carry on from that sentence. Yeah, so they will carry on from that sentence. Now it can be real or it can be fiction, whatever you want. You can make it as bizarre as you like. Now the time is 1 minute for the green, 1.30 seconds for the yellow, and 2 minutes for the red. Now I said I've got 5 names here, and the first one is Samesh, then the next one is Lee, then there's Avita, then there's The Rock, then there is Sabaria. Yeah? When you come to the end of your story, you say one last sentence, the next person takes over straight away from that sentence. That is their first sentence of their story. Everybody understand? Yeah? So I'm going to go and say the sentence. Samesh will carry on for about 1 to 2 minutes. And then when he's finished and he's decided he's finished, he can say finish, 1 sentence for the next person. And as I said, after Samesh, there is Lee. After Lee, there's Anvita. After Anvita is The Rock. And after The Rock, it is Sabaria. Okay, so remember where you are. Okay, Samesh, the first sentence. I was walking down the road and an elephant came towards me. Over to you, Samesh.
Amazing. The place from where I come, it is called Kerala in India. There are a lot of elephants there. And one of the amazing things about elephants in Kerala is they actually carry the deity of the Lord as well in the temple. And there is a huge festival called Trishur Puram. It is a festival where a lot of elephants would be there, standing in 2 sides. So probably 12 elephants on one side and 12 elephants on the other side. And they just, it's quite an amazing festival. If you look at it, there are a lot of people, a lot of elephants. And the greatness of this is, it really shows as human beings how we are amazing creatures, that we can control a huge elephant. Look at the size of an elephant. Isn't it amazing? They're giant creatures. But as human beings, we are in front of an elephant, we are so tiny. But look how strong we are in terms of our intelligence, that because of our intelligence, we are able to control a huge elephant. And elephants are really very nice creatures. They are very loving creatures. You know, you could have someone like a tiger or a lion who are really ferocious and they just eat other animals, whereas elephants are really, they're vegetarians, literally. You know, they just eat all the whatever vegetable things are there, they eat, and they're so strong and they're so stout. So I really like elephants. I love them. And yes, so the elephant, I saw the elephant and I gave the elephant, what do you say, a bunch of bananas. And I'm really amazed at how imaginative John's topic is. So I gave the bunch of bananas to the elephants, and then I don't know what Lee is going to do now.
This reminded me of a trip that I took to Angkor Wat in Cambodia, where we had elephant rides. I was too small. Well, I was vertically challenged, that is. But my husband took the opportunity and hopped onto one of the elephants and went for a ride around Angkor Wat. I was so envious of him. I thought, well, perhaps it's my turn next. But before we could do it, bang! Something happened. I woke up. I woke up because I was in a cab in Delhi going towards the embassy. I was supposed to give a presentation, but there sat in the middle of the roundabout two cows. Two cows. I have never seen somebody slam on the brake that quickly. And then the cars just swerve around the cows. Usually, we chase them. But in this city, this amazing city, the cars stopped and went slowly around the cows. That, ladies and gentlemen, brought a tear to my eye because the cows were very skinny cows. I thought, well, perhaps I could feed them the bananas, but I don't think they'll eat the bananas. So I told the cab driver, take me shopping so that I could get something special.
Avita?
I could get something special. What can I get? I wonder. Then I thought I'll get a huge bunch of bananas and go back to the zoo where there is an elephant. The reason is I am just tired of navigating through the heavy traffic of Bangalore to reach my office. But if I have an elephant for a pet, I can just hop on it and just ride on the road to my office. No traffic, because all the vehicles are just going to move away seeing this huge elephant. And that's the trick I used. And that's how I went to office that day. That is, riding on an elephant. And I had forgotten my identity card that day. But the watchman of my office didn't even stop me to ask. Obviously, because of the huge elephant in front of him, I thought I'll push my luck a little further. I went on the same elephant till the door of my office. That day, my manager didn't give me any work at all, obviously seeing the elephant. So I decided to adopt this elephant permanently. I took it home and started feeding bananas after bananas. In the night, the elephant started weeping. I asked what happened, and the elephant said that it was lonely. It had human friends, of course, but it wanted an animal friend. Then I wondered, what can we do? And then I remembered that my friend Lee was telling that cows were blocking the roads of Delhi. So I immediately called my Delhi friends and got that cow in Bangalore. And now this cow and the elephant are best friends. The cow is giving me milk. I've even started a milk business. On the other hand, I'm using this elephant as a transportation vehicle, and I'm also offering rides to children. My life is set. I'm putting my papers and resigning my company so that I can just marvel in this new business of mine. In this new business of mine is the last sentence.
With the new business of mine, I'm actually looking to go into doing a supermarket based on the animals that I've seen. And one of the first things that we're going to do is, since we had the skinny cows, we're going to get some skinny milk. The skinny milk will help to keep people healthy in our area and will help to grow the market, because not very many people have skinny cows that they can get skinny milk from. Along with that, we've also got several other animals that we're dealing with. I'm not sure how that we're going to fix up the elephant steaks yet, but we'll figure out something to do with the elephant. We're also going to have some chickens, because we've got to have both the chicken and the eggs. Hopefully we can figure out which came first. I think that it's going to probably be fun to go into this new market and see all the different things that we can come up with and kind of go from there. And since I got the green light, I'll go ahead and end here.
Maria, Sabaria, over to you.
I didn't hear the last sentence, Arok.
Last sentence, Rock, please.
I got to go back and remember what it is now.
I heard you say about the green light. Did you say about the green light?
I was
Yes.
just basically rambling on.
Okay, just give me one last sentence.
Going up forward with the new business with the supermarket, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your
Move
last
on.
sentence. Okay, I'll take that as the last sentence, which means that the new business, okay, my new business. I'm into people's business. I've been hearing about elephant and cows, but I'm all for human and people. I'm a people person. I love being with people. I love human relations. And I have been with people for the past few days. I was inspiring women to speak better. I was inspiring entrepreneurs to move their body, because that's my business, to get people to move, because we are built, we are created to move and not to be sitting down. We sit only when we need to hear somebody speaking. Speaking is one of the beautiful things in life, because when you speak, people hear. When we speak, we give knowledge. Knowledge is a beautiful thing, and it is something that we all love, because we can also speak about story about cows, story about animals, story about elephant. I remember elephant very well, because elephant is related to Tarzan. Tarzan has an elephant as his best friend. I remember that when I was a young girl, and he speak to elephant, because elephant understands man. And I was in Thailand. Elephant is also a sacred animal in Thailand, because in Thailand we have the white elephant, and everything is about elephant. I have souvenirs, all is elephant. It's a beautiful souvenirs. It's a beautiful kind of like statues and things like that. And it makes beautiful gift. It makes beautiful gift is my last sentence. I don't see the timer. That's it.
Thank you very much, Sabaria. I always thought Tarzan was gorillas, not elephants. But then again, we could have had some.
Imagine.
We had cows, elephants, chickens. We could have had some gorillas at the end. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. And back to you, Toastmaster.
Yeah, thank you, Table Topics Master. Let's give him a round of applause for the well done Table Topic session. Now, let's invite the general evaluator to carry on the next segment and also the timing after the evaluations. Over to you, Shomesh.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. We will go through the different parts. It is called the tag team, the timer, R counter, and grammarian. So I would request our timer to please help us with the timings for the speeches. It's not really important about the table topics, but maybe that's good as well if you have the times. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, General Evaluator. This is my report of the speaker. The first speaker, Satya, spoke for 10 minutes and 25. But before that, there is no time qualification tonight. Today, wherever you are. All right. Ali Zen spoke for 6 minutes, 36 seconds. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator. And there is also no time disqualification for all the 5 table topics, all within the time frame. Thank you.
Excellent. Well done, everyone. Everyone is qualified if this was a contest today. So excellent. Well done. Next part, I would like to invite our evaluators to please give the evaluations. And I would actually call back the timer to please help us with the timing for the evaluations as well afterwards. So I would like to invite Madhu to please give us the evaluation of Satya's speech. Thank you very much, Madhu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Somesh. Good evening, all Toastmasters. And congratulations, particularly the speaker, Toastmaster Satya, for the well-organized speech as well as the presentation. Your speech really made me a student, because it was like I was listening the lecturers teaching in the colleges. So your speech is that much impactful. I can compare your speech to the studies which I studied in first PUC Commerce. That is the 4 management functions: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. These are the 4 management functions to achieve any objective or managing well. So in your speech, all these 4 aspects are there. So it made me understand that theoretical in practical that you implemented in your project. For that, it is a lesson for me. The theory, you put it in the practical. So the opening of your speech, you elaborated the workshop conducting on behalf of the government employees. There were 300 government employees. On behalf of them, you were conducting the workshop, and you clearly specified the purpose of the project. That is 30 office infrastructure developing with the private companies investments. Everything has I said that is the planning. The planning part it completed in that. Then it comes to the second function of the management, that is organizing. Organizing, it comes man, machine, materials. So in your project, there were people, that is the CEO and project manager, senior manager, IT manager. These are all the organization for your completion of the project. Then it comes to the third function of the management, that is leading. I mean developing of your project. So you developed the project in very well structured, that is the content development, then program scheduling, then delivering. Then as I said, the fourth function of the management, that is controlling. Controlling, it means when there is a deviations, then it comes to picture. In your project also, there was a controlling. As you said, it is challenging for you, because there were people laid back attitude and dual reporting, lack of aptitude. All these are all the challenges for you. I mean, that is the controlling part of your project, and you controlled very well that as per the people's attitude, you behaved. Some were arrogant, some were errant. As per their behaviors, you took the work from them and you led the project very well. And coming to the delivering, it was successful. Then key learnings, if we are putting the efforts to do something, some objectives achievable, then there will be a lesson that is in your project. You have shown that the effective planning, you learned the effective planning, how to manage the people, how to effectively speak to the people. Overall, your speech, it was very impactful to all the audience. Moreover, for me, because I studied all these things in theoretically, but I learned it is there in practical through your speech. So it is a good lesson for me, and all the best to your upcoming speeches. Over to GE.
Thank you very much, Madhu, for a comprehensive evaluation of Satya's speech. Could I please request the timer to please give us the time, please, for Madhu's speech?
Hello? Okay,
Yes.
the speech, the evaluation was 3 minutes, 45 seconds.
Okay, thank you very much.
you.
So you probably know, Madhu, it's a little bit over time, but very good, well done. And we invite the second evaluator, Anvita, to please evaluate Dr. Alizan's speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It was a very touching speech. with a very powerful message that we should make our loved ones realize that we love them. Overall, your speech hit me hard. I just loved it. Good day, Toastmasters and Dr. Alice Ann in particular. I just loved your opening. So much statistics, so much facts. Your memory just captivated me. I salute it because just last week I forgot my best friend's birthday. She's still not speaking to me. So I'm definitely going to contact you to learn those memory tricks of yours. I just loved your delivery style, your body language when you showed long, it's enough time, your vocal modulation when you modulated for your hubby's voice and also for your voice when you said, what's your condition? And you got condition. I felt that you both were speaking right in front of me because of your wonderful delivery. I also loved how you expressed your emotions using your expression. You showed your devastation, your anger, your frustration. Your emotions just hit me hard. I felt all those emotions along with you because of your graceful expressions. You also had an excellent hold on your emotions. For example, when you said his eyes deteriorated or how much time we really have, these were very emotional part. And I loved the fact that you had a great command on your voice, on your expression, and also on your content without crumbling or feeling sad. So really excellent control on the emotion part of your speech. I also loved that sprinkle of humor which you have added when you said, let me think about that. And also you told didn't make sense and that we were married. So this humor gave a twist to your otherwise serious speech. I just have one suggestion for you. It is regarding your camera placement. I felt that only half of your hands were visible. So maybe if your camera was tilted in such a way that your entire hands are visible, your gestures or your hand movements could have made a greater impact is what I feel. Coming to the positives again, I loved those apt pauses which you were using. For example, when you said, face it together. Let me think about that. Now that pause which you gave after these two sentences made me reflect about your entire speech, reflect about the emotions, reflect about the message of your speech. So those pauses were very, very apt. I also loved your conclusion where you again reiterated about making our loved ones feel loved. During this pandemic situation, I have also lost many loved ones. So I felt your message was very apt. Your speech was very apt. The topic selection was very apt for this pandemic situation. In summary, great opening, great delivery, humor part, and also the emotions were brought out really well. If the camera is adjusted properly, I felt that your speech will be perfect. Over to DTM Somesh.
Thank you very much for a really comprehensive evaluation, Namrita. Now, can we please have the timing, Rosie, for Namrita's speech?
Sure. So the time was 3 minutes and 8 seconds within the time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rosie. We go to the next part in terms of the R counters report. So I would like to request Lee to please give us the report. Thank you so much, Lee.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. It wasn't imaginary when I tried to count the R's, the ums, the so's, the yeah, the likes. There were very, very few that I counted tonight. So congratulations, everyone. I did, however, note 5 speakers who had in excess use of the crutch words, and that is in proportion to the time they spent speaking, understandably. The first was Toastmaster of the evening, Fatima. She had 9 ums, and this was particularly during the prepared speech segment where she wasn't sure whether she was going to call the evaluator, the timer, or the second speaker. But after that, there weren't any more ums. Toastmaster Satya had 12 ums and and that was at the end of his sentence, just before he started the next sentence. And this again was particularly at the beginning of his speech. But as he progressed into his speech, the ums and ers disappeared. John Khalid, I think it's a British thing, but he said, yeah, yeah. That was his favorite tonight was yeah. So I noted that as well. Somesh, his favorite tonight was so. He had 5 souls. Anvita, I think I heard about 10. I just love it and I laugh, and then I love it and I just laugh. So one of the things we wanted to do as part of the grammarian role is to improve our vocabulary. We can substitute the word love, by I adore, I admire, I encourage, etc., etc. Yeah, but I counted about 10. I love and I just love. And Madhu, again, it was I think it's the ending. I'm not sure whether, I'm not picking on your accent, Madhu. It's just that because when, as a listener in the audience, as we listen, Madhu tend to go, that is the, or that is a, and then he would continue on. So perhaps just pause a little longer. And that concludes my counter report. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Lee. As usual, you're such a comprehensive report. It's just amazing to see the standard that you create in the club. Thank you so much. Now we go to grammarian to please give her report. Sabriya, I'll hand over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. My report, as grammarian for an advanced club, my report is very simple because I did not pick up any bad usage of the language, but there was some good usage of the language. I like what Dr. Alice Ann said about feeling devastated and frustrated, which is very good because it brings us to your feeling. And I like the phrase that says that he can promise you a lifetime. And making your days count. These are good language being used to remind us of the good things in life. And making your days count. Okay. Samish, I'm not so sure about elephant in 2 sides of the road. Should it be on 2 sides of the road in terms of English? And Anvita, I liked very up about the speech. You were saying the evaluation. And okay, word of the day, imaginary. Satya used it once. Fatima, you use it 3 times. One is imaginative, which is also part of imagine. And Somesh, you did once. And Lee, you had 1. That's my report. That's it. Thank you very much. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Sabriya, for a great report. I go on to my part in terms of the general evaluator's role, which is to evaluate the evaluators and the role holders, and also how the meeting went from the beginning to the end. I would first start with the evaluation of the evaluators. Madhu did a very good evaluation in terms of Satya's speech. Madhu informed about the project management, how he knew it only theoretically, and how Satya had given a practical evidence of project management, which was very good. The only recommendation I would give to Madhu is maybe try to provide 1 recommendation to the speaker. I think it is not easy to do that, but as an advanced club, we should try and do that in terms of giving at least 1 recommendation. If we can give more, it's even better because we have to improve it. We all are here to improve ourselves. So thank you, Madhu, for that. And again, a superb evaluation by Anvita. And Anvita actually gave a recommendation as well, which was good. And I generally, as a general evaluator, I should not be talking anything about the speech itself, but I just had, this is just coming from my heart. I think Alice Ann really touched the heart of everyone through her speech and the way she delivered her speech. So congratulations, Alice Ann, on that. In terms of the whole flow of the meeting, Fatima is a pro and did a great job in terms of the Toastmaster, except few hitches here and there, but that always happens. I think it's naturally, there are many things that do happen like that. And then John's idea was really great. I think in terms of just, this is a great, I think it's good to have these different styles for topics. And it was really great to have this sentence and then the other person carrying on the sentence. It was like a relay race, passing on the baton. So it was really great idea, John. So congratulations on that, for doing that for the topics. What else? The other role players, fantastic. I think as usual, everyone was doing their role very perfectly. So it's really great to be part of this club. And you know, every time we do a meeting, we learn, we keep learning. So this is what we want to do. We want to learn every week. When we meet, we learn something new. So it's 3:02, and now I hand over the gavel back to the Toastmaster of the evening, Fatima.
Thank you, Shamesh. Actually, you should be closing because you're the president. So Rock, I can see a big boat over there. I shall call the meeting close and say goodbye to all of you. Shamesh, over to you. We don't have
Thank
any
you.
guests. I think Anvita may want to look at the.
Yes. Do
Yeah,
we
I'll
want to
share
do
my,
that, Anvita? Yes, thanks.
yeah, I'll share my screen. I hope it's visible.
Very next
Anybody
time.
wants to be the topic master?
Am I? Where am I?
Topic master.
Be the
I can do
Yeah.
probably.
I'll take it.
Okay, Rosie.
Thanks,
Done it.
Rosie.
I've done it 2 days, two. Is it okay? I've done it 2 weeks ago.
It's fine, Rosie.
Okay then.
What about general evaluator? Does anyone want to take general evaluator?
I can be the general evaluator. This is Alice Ann.
Yeah, thanks, Alison.
Could I take timer, please, Amrita?
Thanks, Lee. We have grammarian role open too. Grammarian and 2 evaluators.
I can
I
do
take
evaluation if you want.
evaluation. I take evaluation.
I
Amrita?
can be the account.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
Grammarian.
I'm sorry, I cannot be the general evaluator. I'm chief judge for a contest on Saturday.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I will be general evaluator.
Yeah, thanks, Madhu. So I'll put Toastmaster Satya's name here. Okay. Okay,
Is
thanks
for what?
everyone.
My
Yeah.
name is for what role?
Your name is for grammarian. Is it fine?
All right, perfect. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
Everyone's done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Done and dusted.
Okay.
Good.
Any final
Can we take picture?
words?
Fatima, I need picture.
Picture. Okay. Can we
Yeah.
the cameras on, please, Doctor?
Can I have, Dr. Dr. Akin, can we have your video on, please?
Yeah, you are there.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, move over here. Move a little bit this side. Yeah.
Dr. is in now.
2,
Elizabeth,
3,
yeah.
smile. Freestyle. 1, 2, 3. One more. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good one.
Okay. See you. Bye.
See you. Take care, everyone.
Next week.
Next
Bye-bye.
week.
Bye. Good day.
Bye.
Woo. Bye, Somesh.
Bye,
Bye.
so much.
Take
Bye,
care.
Sorry.
lady. Yeah. See you
Bye.
next week.
See you.
Yep.
I'm just gonna rename before I forget. I'm back to telecounter tomorrow. So.
Telecounter.
Oh,
What
ballot
is that role?
counter. They call it
Ballot,
ballot
okay.
ballot counter.
Tally. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you going? Good.
Yeah, great.
Oh, the recording is still going, I think.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I
that's
just keep forgetting that actually.